Hi, I'm Rick at Rick Turns, and today's video is this is my first wood turning video in like 5 months. Now I've got a piece of Bradford pear here. This is a limb piece, is probably as obvious. It's already got some splitting right here. There's a lot of different ways I could do this. I could cut it in 3 pieces and make 3 small bowls. I could cut it, say, right about there, make a bowl or a platter, right about there, and make a platter. It'd be kind of a skinny platter, but, or I could make a vase out of it, cut it down here, hollow into here, make a weird looking vase out of it because of this crevice that's right at the top. This is a crotch piece, of course. There is so many ways that I could do this. Sometimes I think my head is going to explode. Wow, I really hate it when that happens. Okay, I think I got my head back on straight now. I'm going to cut it right about there. I want to keep the crotch in the piece, and then I'm going to make a bowl out of it, except it's not all that thick. It might not make a very good bowl or very deep bowl, especially after I cut a tenon for the chuck and everything. It might not work out. So it might turn into a platter. So it's really going to be something like a bowl or a platter, or I believe the standard wood turning term is blatter. And since this is a crotch piece, to use the correct terminology, it's going to be a crotch blatter. So first thing, I'm going to cut it right there on the bandsaw. This is my woodworm screw right here. The diameter of the shaft that is inside the threads is a little bit less than, well, I just measured it and now I can't remember. So measuring it right inside the threads there and then down at the base here as well, it is just a 32nd, less than 3/8. So I found that a 3/8 inch hole really works better than, say, a 5/16 inch hole. So I got a 3/8 inch bit right here. Gonna drill right down in there. My center point is right there. There's my black circle that I marked. My center point is right there. And let's see if this cordless drill has the power to get down in there. Now this is a record SC4 chuck right here. And using the maximum diameter jaws that I've got to hopefully give me a little bit more stable platform on here. Not perfect, but it will work. And I need the chuck wrench right here. Okay, tighten it down there. All right. And I've got about 1 inch clear of the jaws, and that'll work just fine. And now, that's about 500. That's about 850. I'm getting some vibration there, but it's not too bad, really. Still feels like it's tight, so I'm going to go with that. Going to be using my 5/8 inch bowl gouge here to start the work. 840 RPM. All right, well, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to switch to a shear scraper to finish up the outside. Now, you notice how bumpy it is when I'm turning, and of course that's because this side and this side. I don't really want to remove those. I don't want to turn this down to bare wood on all the sides. I want to keep the bark. So I am going to switch over to my shear scraper. Now I'm turning at about 1300 RPM. All right, I like the shape of the outside, and I'm going to go ahead and reverse this. I'm not going to sand the outside right now because, after all, this bowl has got a big split in it. It might fall apart on me, so I'm going to wait on the sanding until I get the bowl close to being finished. Got that nice detail there going through the bowl. Okay, that's good right there. Probably not going to take that part down, but I do have to curve in that away. Sticking with a 7/8 inch gouge and 1300 RPM. All right, that's good. I'm going to switch to a conventional scraper. I felt a piece of bark come off. Oh my gosh. Not good. Okay, I'm determined to make a real mess of this. Got some more epoxy here. Well, the glue's set up. It's on there fairly tight, although you can see we got a big gap right there where the wood's kind of shrunk a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fix this. It's, I think, pretty iffy at this point. If it doesn't fall apart with me, I can go ahead and finish the bowl, I think. But who knows what's going to happen here. So I'm still about 1300 RPM. See how we're doing here. Good. It's coming off fairly well. Still may show some stains underneath the finish when I'm that far along. Okay, did not make it. But you know, I think I can live with that on the bowl. It's gonna have a big gap in it, but hey, what the heck? Maybe I'll sand that down a little bit or cut that down there. Let me see if I've still got a saw that'll do that. Yeah, coping saw. And I'm gonna sand this down right along here, just so it doesn't look quite so square. All right, hey, look at that. Now, it's a feature, not a bug, as we used to say in the programming world. Okay, I want to do a little more removal of glue stains right in here, and then I'm going to start sanding it. There's a little bit more right there.
Structural integrity breach. Stability loss was due to an impact by a subspace interface pocket.
Wow. I wonder if I can glue that back. Yeah, although I had put glue into this crevice going down in here, obviously it was not enough to hold it together. Although it held together pretty well under all my brutal attacks. Oh boy. Well, you know, for a comeback video, it's pretty disappointing. Sure, I can glue that back together. No one would ever know. See, looks normal to me. Put some finish on that. Great looking bowl. Okay, that was a bit of a disappointment. I promise you, my next video, I'm not going to tear anything apart. See you next video.